guys, I wanted to do a video talking about a treatment that I had this week for my head injury, and I want to talk about the Botox injections that I have put into the muscles around my skull. So that was my plan to make this video for today, but my day has not gone to plan, and this is very standard, and I've been sitting here kind of stressing about the fact that my day hasn't gone to plan, and I had wanted really badly to come in to the office where I am now at a certain time in a certain way and talk to you about this treatment and show you some video footage. And the fact that it hasn't gone to plan is actually something I should talk about, because actually this is something that I have pretty much every day. So I work for myself. I run a company called Virtual Wedding Films. I run a company that we're just starting up called the Immersive Film Company. Maybe I'll talk a bit more in depth about them another time. This isn't the vlog for that. But the reason I work for myself is twofold. I pretty much always worked for myself before the head injury because I am an artist and I think a little bit differently. I'm a bit crazy. You know, I like to be able to be in control of my time. I like to be able to decide when I work, how hard I work, and whether or not I can go away. I'm not very good at following rules, and I'm not very good at doing anything that I don't want to do. So I've had one job in my life where I worked for someone else, and that was basically I was being paid to play. I was working at the Flow Rider. I was teaching people to flow ride. I was flying in the indoor sky tunnel every day. I was jumping off the building. I was throwing people off the building attached to ropes and stuff. You know, it was all safe. And that's the only reason I was able to engage with that job, because it was fun and I loved going to work. So I already worked for myself when I had the head injury. Now, if I didn't work for myself before the head injury, I'd have been screwed, because days like today happen all of the time, and without having the flexibility that I've got, I would just be out of work. So I don't know how anybody with a long-term illness or chronic pain or after injury manages, and I'm really interested to find out how. Life is different for everybody. Everybody copes differently with different circumstances, and everybody wants something different from life. So I would imagine that my life would be stressful for a lot of people, because I'm responsible for if and when I have any money, which some people I guess might feel like it's a lot more hard work than having the stability of a job. But for me now, with the head injury, I cannot imagine that I will ever be able to work for someone else again. So my day to day, for example, the plan today was my partner has his children today. My son is at his dad's. My daughter, she had stuff to do. So all week the plan was, today I was going to come into the office by myself, and I was going to have all day here just by myself. No one else is in the building. It's super quiet. I was going to edit a VR wedding film that I'm working on for a couple that I really love very much, and I'm working very hard to get that done for them through all of this. And I was going to wrap some presents, being that it's Christmas in a couple of days, and I was going to do some blog stuff, and I was going to talk about the treatment. And the plan was for me to be here, maybe get up, go for coffee with my partner and the kids, see them, come to work, be by myself all day long. And that didn't happen. So I overslept because I didn't sleep very well last night, which is really typical after a head injury, and I was a bit rubbish at it before, so I'm doomed really. We got out of the house later than expected, so already things are being shoved back. We went for coffee, which was really hard today, and I really love going for coffee with Andy. It's something that we do every day, and I've become a little bit OCD with some things since my injury, and when those things don't happen, I get really uncomfortable. Part of a whole range of neurodiversity stuff that has happened since the injury. And the idea of him just taking the kids by himself, he has a bunch of neurodiversity issues as well. So the idea of just kind of saying, you go do that by yourself and I'll just see you in 6-7 hours was too much. I thought, well, I wanted to have that nice time together. But I struggled today because I've been having really intense pain in my head this week, which is a little bit disappointing because I've had my treatment. We'll talk about that in a bit. And last night, we were working wrapping presents till probably 1:30 in the morning, and we were doing screen time things late at night. I was prepping some things. I was sorting out a phone for my son, which I guess I can talk about because he's 8. He's probably not going to see this just now. And the screen time late at night absolutely did me in. I struggle with screen time anyway, but screen time kind of 10, 11 o'clock, daylight hours is nowhere near as taxing as screen time at night. So I was pushing myself too far. I was already not feeling brilliant and had the most intense pain in my head. I'm not talking about my head hurts, I need a paracetamol. I'm talking about stabbing pain here that feels like somebody had a needle going in through my skull, through my brain, with the loudest noise. There was no noise, but the pain seemed loud. I don't know if anybody else gets this or if anybody understands what I'm saying. It's really hard to describe it without using these phrases that don't seem to make very much sense. So I didn't have a great night last night. Didn't sleep well. Got off to a late start this morning and I struggled with everything to do with our morning. I love my stepchildren dearly, all 3 of them. They're amazing and I look forward to seeing them on a Sunday all week. And this morning it was really hard from the minute I could hear them. And I'm the same with my own children. My children have lived with my brain injury for the last 8 years, so they have somehow just had to learn that sometimes I can't cope with noise. And sometimes that makes me sad because I feel like I'm having to limit them, but I actually think they've got quite a good life, so I don't dwell on that too much. And I'm grateful that they've been able to adapt, which is what it is. They've had to adapt. So the noise was hard before I even came downstairs. Even coming downstairs was hard work. I came downstairs and all of the motion and activities, my stepchildren are almost 2, 4 and 8. So obviously they're excited. They've just seen their dad for the first time in 4 or 5 days. They're all doing things, there's screens happening, there's toys going, and that's a lot to come into when you've got a head injury and you're exhausted and you're in pain. So yeah, it's kind of hard from the beginning, but I wanted to spend that time with them. My daughter said she'd come out with us as well, which is always lovely. She's 13, she doesn't always want to come out with us, so I wanted to make the most of that. But then the car journey was really tough. Being in a car with rubbish in it that needed clearing out and the smells, I'm really sensitive to all the smells and the sounds and all the kids are talking and people are trying to talk to me and someone else is talking to somebody else. And with my brain injury, I can not multitask. I became a man overnight. I can listen to one person at a time. I can have one conversation at a time. I can look at one thing at a time. And so the car journey was hard. We get to Costa, there's no parking for ages. Driving around is stressful. I've got a blue badge. Something I will do a vlog about, actually, a vlog, because having a blue badge and having a hidden disability is a whole vlog in itself. So I'll come back to that. Parking was tough. Getting out of the car, managing all the kids, it was freezing cold. I was really feeling that today because I was tired and in pain. So by the time we get into Costa, I'm already absolutely wrecked. I had the coffee, and I try to enjoy it, and I try to be present. I try not to stress too much about things in the future, or, the fact that things aren't running to time, which just kind of went a bit nuts today. And then my youngest stepson is super poorly. He's got conjunctivitis, he's got a really bad chest infection, he's snotting, he's really hot, he's really not well, which is last week. My 4-year-old stepson was super poorly and we had to really look after him. For a couple of weeks, actually, he was very poorly. And again, that's a whole set of things to deal with. And we had to go then from Costa into Boots to go and get him some medication and to talk to the pharmacist and to check that there was nothing we should be doing differently to help him. The change of environment when I am heightened is really hard work. So even getting up from the sofa in Costa where we're sat down and going outside into the change of lighting with the daylight, different sounds, different smells, is kind of tough. Then having to walk into another shop with fluorescent lighting and lots of people and queues and all the multi-layers of sounds that are happening, whilst also making sure that none of the kids are wandering off, making sure we get the right attention from the staff. Really hard work. So we did that. We came to work. In fact, no, we didn't even do that. Then we had to go and get puppy pads, okay? So this is another thing that happens to me all the time. So we leave Boots. I'm thinking we need to get puppy pads. The pet shop's next door. Instead of going into the pet shop next door, I turn the other way and I walk along the whole concourse of shops. And I get to the end and we're saying, where is the pet shop? It's gone, it's not here anymore. And I'm thinking, I've totally got it wrong. And I'm imagining somewhere else, which with my brain injury is absolutely normal. It's something that happens to me every day. So I literally thought the pet shop has closed and it's gone. But actually all that had happened is I'd turned left instead of right. But I have no memory of where things are and no kind of spatial awareness or location drive or anything. So we just walked past it, or not even past it. So we went back, we got the puppy pads. We came to work. My partner then needed to burn a USB drive. We worked together. We are lucky enough to both run our own companies. My partner was burning a USB drive for a customer from the summer. So he's winding everything down. He's doing a lot less at the moment. My work is kind of still going on. I'm trying to finish that up today, ready for Christmas, ready to go away with the family and just stop. My partner's USB didn't work. He had to go and get another USB. The kids are here, they're in an enclosed space, there's not much for them to do here. They're fed up, they're hungry, they're being children. And all of a sudden, my day, where I had planned to just be here in this space, which is quite a humble space, but in my head, I had planned to be here all day, just in quiet. All of a sudden, that had gone out the window. I mean, even the chaos had come into the office. And obviously, I love my boyfriend. I love my stepchildren. I understand that life happens. I'm trying to support him through his struggles today as well, because today was kind of hard work with everything going wrong, as it does when you've got a million things to do and it's Christmas coming up and everyone's a bit stressed and the children are poorly and they're bored. And it all got quite stressful. And because it was stressful, everything took longer and they didn't end up leaving until 3:30, by which point my head is ready to explode. So I'm sitting here, I'm trying my best to be really calm. And I'm trying to just kind of do a few things. I can't start work because I can't work and then get interrupted and then start working again, because my brain is very bad at the moment. When my brain is good, I'm quite high functioning. And if you didn't know me, you probably wouldn't know that I had a brain injury. When my brain is bad, if I start something, I'm being very handsy today. If I start something and then someone talks to me or someone runs through or there's a noise or someone needs my attention, I have to start again. And it's exhausting. It's a bit like if you constantly start up an old car it's going to get to a point where the battery will just die, because it takes so much battery to start the car. If you don't then run it for a while, it doesn't recharge. So I was just on pause, really, which is no one's fault. It's just one of those things. It's just the way life goes. So they left at 3:30, and I'm sitting here and my head is killing me and I'm emotional. I just want to cry. Not now, then. I just wanted to cry. I'm exhausted. I am stressed out that I should be finishing my work and I haven't started it. So I decide, okay, you know what? I understand that it's now going to take me 2 or 3 times as long to do the work that I was going to do, and I'm just going to stay here tonight. So my daughter was going out. I got her to drop some things down to me. I'm sat here, I don't know if you can see this, I'm assuming you can, with my stepson's duvet wrapped around me. It's a little bit chilly in here, but, you know, I just figure there's a sofa. I can just work at my own rate. I have got a kettle, I'm drinking tea, I've got cinnamon buns, I have got painkillers, and space and time. Now, what's actually happened since then is it has taken me probably an hour and a half to recover from the day's chaos. So now we're looking at 5:30. I've not started work. I've got everything set up, and now I'm stressing that I haven't done my blog, and I haven't edited the film, and I haven't got anything ready to do the things that I need to do. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to come on and talk about it as it is. So that's my day today. The vlog that was going to be about treatment is actually just about a typical day in the life of someone with a brain injury. I'm now sat here, it's 6:10 in the evening, and I've got Premiere open, ready to edit, and I need to start doing that. So I'm going to start working, but the reality is I'm exhausted. It's evening. I'm done. All my spoons of energy have been used, and realistically they got used by about 11 o'clock this morning. So I don't know how the rest of the night is going to go. I've spent a good portion of the last little while just sitting here, thinking about the things that I've got to do. And with a head injury, that's something that I am coming to realise is really common. I'm speaking to more and more people now who are also survivors of brain injuries, and it's quite incredible to see how similar our experiences are, which is the drive for me talking about this stuff, because it helps me seeing how other people are experiencing it and how other people are coping. And you know what, today I'm not coping. And that's what this is about. Today is a work day. It was supposed to be a work day. It's 6:10. I should be finishing now, feeling great that I've done all my work, ready for my Christmas holidays, ready to go home to my partner and just have a lovely Christmas, go away for the holidays. And you know what? Today it has not gone like that. I'm going to try and pull it back. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try and start editing. It could go either way. I might still be sat here at 9 o'clock having done nothing. I might get a ton of stuff done. I might walk home. I might just go and lay down on the sofa and have a nap. I don't know at this point. And I think it has to just be okay that I haven't got stuff done. But the pressure is on because it's Christmas. I cannot wait for Christmas with my family. It's the first Christmas I've looked forward to in years and years. And just after Christmas, we're going away to America. We're going to stay with my friends in Milwaukee, and I cannot wait to see them. Maria and Pedro and Nate, I cannot wait to see you. And Sarah, I mean, I'm so excited to be there. Me and Andy and my kids are going. We're going to be there for 2 weeks. But in order for me to get the most out of that, this edit that I needed to have got done today needs to be finished and uploaded onto the VR headset and delivered to my lovely customers that I love very much, and I want them to be really happy, and I want them to have this before Christmas. So it's a real balancing act between what am I capable of, how do I manage what my pressure is for my customers and the people that I need to deliver to. And there's the very real possibility of me having seizures. Screen time at this time of night is a pretty big trigger for me for seizures. Tiredness is a big trigger. Pain is a big trigger. Stress, emotional stress, they're big triggers for seizures. So then I have to balance that up. I have to think about, I could have seizures. I'm here by myself. I'm locked in the building. I've locked myself in. I can probably keep myself safe enough in a seizure. But what if it goes on too long? I mean, my seizures can be super violent. When I'm with my partner, he obviously keeps me safe, stops me hurting myself. If I'm in public, the ambulance will come and they'll do the same thing. They'll administer medicine. I've got medicine that I can administer to myself. And then I think, why am I putting myself in a position where I might have seizures by myself in the office? Well, you know what? Because I want to deliver this to my customers. And I'm totally torn between when I can get that done and whether I'm capable of doing it and still maintaining my health. So this vlog is not what it was supposed to be. And I will still vlog about the Botox and the treatment because it's really important that I talk about that because A, I think it will help a lot of people, and also I think the understanding around it needs to be a little bit clearer. But today, that's not what I'm talking about. Today is a day that has not gone to plan. A typical day in the life of someone with a brain injury, which sucks. But it is what it is. After my last vlog, people were asking to see the puppy that was scratching to get in the door when I was talking, and he's not with me because I'm in the office, but here's some footage of our younger two pups.